Collectively, they generate approximately $1.5 billion a year. Therefore, we must respect and preserve what we have. These resources belong to us.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
So let's all do our part to maintain our local economy and a good quality of life. Remember, if we take care of nature, nature will take care of us.
It's a part of all of our lives. ZNest TV is where we go for information, entertainment, and enjoyment. ZNest is there with something for everyone. ZNest TV, a part of our lives for 40 years.
Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for disaster preparedness and emergency response, the Honorable Miles Larota, recently met with Chinese Ambassador to the Bahamas, Her Excellency Dai Ching Li, and delegation at the National Emergency Management Agency's headquarters, Gladstone Road and Neema's Way. We get more in this Neema update.
I'm Delano Roca. Ambassador Ching Li and delegation were briefed on the country's disaster management procedures, mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. Prior to undertaking a tour of NEMA's facilities, Her Excellency also presented NEMA officials with KN95 masks. The visit, tour, and discussions coincided with the commemoration of the 25th anniversary of maintaining cordial and productive diplomatic relations between the two countries.
So at this 25th anniversary, we would be committed to bringing forward our relationship in all areas with your government and people. So disaster response is an important area. We understand how much the Bahamas has suffered since Dorian. And also previously, you have had a number of extreme weather conditions, accidents in the past few years. Naturally, we will try our best to work with you once any such things occur. And we will also be happy to engage in any areas that you may be interested in.
State Minister Larota told his guests that 50% of the country's national debt was directly related to damages from hurricanes, with Hurricane Dorian alone accounting for $3.4 billion. Mr. Larota said an area of interest for the Bahamas was in the technology associated with China's modular home construction process, which could be very useful in the event officials have to find accommodations for persons displaced by potential future disastrous events, such as hurricanes.
We can learn a lot from the Chinese is their modular home productions.
Oh.
We look at Dorian and what we had to deal with in terms of providing temporary housing for people who were displaced. You know, Dorian came with a wall of 20-foot water, 20 feet high, sustained. And so a lot of homes were destroyed. We had to go the route of RVs to provide temporary housing. And then we had some domes, but we noticed, at least I would have seen at the start of the pandemic, how China was able to mobilize a hospital in a matter of days, which takes us years.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks.
Absolutely, that was very, very impressive. That being said, if we had that kind of technology or assistance, then we can we will be able to mobilize and to assist families who have been displaced from these natural disasters in a much more, in a shorter time.
That is all for this week. This is your Government in Action. I'm Joy Burns-Roger. Have an awesome evening.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the Ministry of Grand Bahama launching a new unit. Leaders of the Haitian community on Grand Bahama reacting to the tragedy at sea, which left 17 dead. And tonight we launch a 3-part series looking at independence and the role of the church. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the Ministry for Grand Bahama hosting a meeting with various governmental heads in the Grand Lucayan Ballroom to announce the launch of COLAB, a newly implemented unit focused on partnership development between the government, the corporate sector, NGOs, and members of the community. Our Raven Davis has our top story.
The Ministry for Grand Bahama announces COLAB, a new unit concerned with partnership development, and it's designed to address the basic needs of residents here on this island. Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, addressing various department heads of all governmental agencies during the first in a series of projected meetings. Speaking on the sidelines of the event, Minister Moxie emphasizes the objective of this initiative, noting that following the devastation faced by this island, bringing relief is of paramount importance.
The COLAB unit, it was formed and it was mentioned previously, but it's a unit that was formed to focus on partnering with NGOs, businesses, other government agencies and the community at large. And having experienced, Dorian, the pandemic, we recognize that there are so many people who are really in need on this island. And so we have to be sensitive to that and be able to cater to the people who are in need.
The economic growth and development of Grand Bahama is an additional but key focus of this latest development, and as such will see the enhancement of other sectors.
And so this is where business development initiatives comes in. This is where, new tourism products. This is where trying to create other job opportunities and entrepreneurial opportunities for our people comes in. And so again, it was just, I think, important for us who lead government to be able to recognize that, yes, we are in this together. Let's go at it. Let's make Grand Bahama really the place where all of these new and innovative projects happen.
Although no definitive timeline has been announced for the official launch of COLAB, Moxie reveals that a date can be expected perhaps by the end of the week. And as for just how often these meetings will take place, she states that they will happen regularly.
We're going to have a launch right here on the Great Lawn of this property, and where we'll have a lot of the corporate executives who are going to be a part of COLAB, because there's a lot of interest. There's a lot of interest in NGOs, companies wanting to be a part of it, asking what can we do. Everyone's excited about this new COLAB unit.
The minister also taking the time to underscore the importance of goal congruence, charging that to see real transformation, we cannot continue with business as usual.
So we have to collaborate and partner together to make things happen. We cannot continuously work in silos and expect to get results. And unless we come together, form partnerships, alliances, nothing will happen. And so I believe that we recognize that. I believe that today, especially within the government, system solidified that for Grandmama Island, and everyone, I believe, should be moving in the same direction.
For the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Well, thanks, Raven. In other news, at least 17 Haitians are dead and about 15 are missing after a 30-foot twin-engine speedboat capsized just 7 miles off of New Providence early Sunday morning. About 60 migrants were believed to be on board the ill-fated vessel destined for Miami. Tonight, leaders of the Haitian community on Grand Bahama are speaking out on this human tragedy. Our Simone Davis has that story.
During a press conference on Sunday, the nation's leader, Prime Minister Philip Davis, revealed that Bahamian police and Defense Force officers responded to reports of a boating incident shortly after 1 a.m. Sunday, and upon arrival, 17 bodies were pulled from the water, while 25 migrants were rescued and 15 more are presumed missing. Among the casualties were 1 male, 16 females, and 1 toddler. Members of the Haitian community on Grand Bahama say the news of this incident sent shockwaves throughout their communities.
That was struck me when I see people's lives just lay down like that for nothing, because life's so precious, and for a couple minutes you just pay your own money and just for you to drown like that.
Pastor Abner Muse and Bolivar Gustave say while they continuously discourage Haitians from taking this escape route, they understand that residents are desperately trying to flee Haiti because of lack of security and leadership in the country, claiming that fears are much deeper than just poverty.
We're facing what we called political problems right now. So even the birds in Haiti, they don't want to stay there. They fly in and leave Haiti and go to someplace else. So now, when you have political problem in your country, you're expecting anything could happen.
People have been kidnapped for ransom. Large sum of money being demanded, and most of the time they giving the money and the people still get killed. Dead body all over the street in the Port-au-Prince. People living free in their house. They just don't know where to go and where to live. They have a land. They cannot live in it. They cannot go in space. They cannot live under the water. What and where should they live?
During yesterday's press briefing on the matter, the Prime Minister said the boat's occupants were thought to be irregular Haitian migrants, part of a suspected human smuggling operation. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernander noted that 2 of those rescued were Bahamian men who were suspected of aiding in or running the operation. While noting that an incident like this could occur again due to the current environment in Haiti, both Muse and Gustave thanked the Bahamas government for swiftly addressing the matter, expressing their gratitude that their people are being treated in a humane manner.
I think the government, the Bahamian government, for make sure take care of the body for us, and the Prime Minister come to the TV and just address the nations. So I don't blame no Haitian, authority, because we don't have none. But wherever we are belong to where we are.
Bahamas government always treat the Haitian much better than the way the Haitian government treat Haitian themselves. I would be fair. I'm a Haitian, and I'm also a Bahamian.
The accident is now deemed the worst boating tragedy in the Bahamian waters since a Haitian refuge boat capsized off Abaco, killing 27 Haitian migrants on February 2nd, 2019. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.
Thanks, Simone. Well, we have an update now on the malfunctioning air conditioning systems at police stations on Grand Bahama. 2 weeks ago, the Police Staff Association sounded the alarm, calling for something to be done as officers were working under difficult conditions. In this report, Jolanda Thompson tells us that progress is being made.
Good news regarding conditions at the Lucaya or Southwestern Police Station. For quite some time now, police officers have been working without a functioning air-conditioned system. There may be relief in sight as repairs are said to be underway. 2 weeks ago, members of the Police Staff Association told ZNS News that the conditions were unbearable at the two stations, Lucaya Southwestern Station and the Albert Miller Northeastern Station. Director Perez Demeritte says he is grateful that things are turning around. He thanks ACP Theophilus Cunningham and the Maintenance Department.
Since our last interview, we would like to firstly say thank you to Mr. Cunningham and the Maintenance Department. We did the interview Friday. That Saturday, the officers on their day off went to the Southwestern Division, Lucaya Police Station, and they installed several ductless units. So that brought instant comfort to the officers there, who are very appreciative for that. We have also been informed that an additional several units, I can't say exactly how much because with police stations you have a lot of offices, but several more units will be installed at that particular police station to bring further comfort to the officers there.
But Demeritte says as it relates to the Northeastern Station and Fire Department, the wait continues. He notes that funding for the air conditioning system for that station is still under assessment.
However, as for the Northeastern and the fire station, we're still in the wait process, waiting on Ministry of Finance to release the funds to get that unit repaired. That building is, I would say, almost twice as big as Southwestern, so it would take even more ductless if they want to go that route, and it would probably come up to the same amount. So it's just best that they fix the central unit, so we're still waiting on that.
Concerned about the well-being of fellow officers, Demeritte is encouraging his colleagues to speak up on any matter that may be affecting them. He says once they are made aware, the Staff Association can work on solving those problems.
For whatever reason, they have working conditions that are not up to par, please reach out to us. They know how to get in contact with us. Our job is to bring to the attention of the necessary persons situations such as this, all right? Also working conditions, pay, and all the rest of that stuff. So I think it's a twofold that now that the AC situation in Southwestern is in the up, it'll be better for both the police and civilian.
The workers are said to be happy for this major improvement in working conditions. And for those still waiting for repairs to be carried out, well, they are looking forward to the change. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson.
Well, 3 males were arrested for outstanding matters following Operation Joint Impact conducted by a team of officers from the Central Division, Central Intelligence Unit, and K-9 Unit. The operation targeted hotspots, wanted suspects, execution of search warrants, and to disrupt criminal activities. The males are expected to be formally charged early next week. Continuing with crime, an adult male was arrested shortly after 10 a.m. last Friday for breaking into a government vehicle at the Harold de Gregory complex. Now, initial investigations reveal that between July 12th and July 21st, an unknown person removed a battery from a 2016 white Wrangler Jeep Unlimited, a vehicle assigned to the Ministry for Grand Bahama. Acting on information, police arrested an adult male on Bruce Avenue, who was also wanted in connection with 2 additional counts of stealing. He is expected to be arraigned before the courts early next week. And as the country continues to celebrate the 49th year of independence, tonight we begin a 3-part series on the role of the church before and after the attainment of full self-governance. In this first installment, Pastor of Life Community Church, Cedric Beckles, gives us a unique perspective on the nation's current state of affairs and says the country needs to revert to the basic biblical concepts. Here is Raven Davis.
Religion has often been regarded the linchpin of Bahamian society, with Christianity being named as the founding religion in the preamble to the Constitution. But just what role has the church played on the road leading up to independence, and what role is it playing today?
The home is the greatest picture.
Executive Pastor of Life Community Church, Cedric Beckles, giving a candid overview of the nation's present state as we forge ahead to 50 years of independence.
Like your Simon
psalmist said, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise.
He states that the church is doing its part, but the onus lies on the citizenry and leaders to follow God's directives.
Much of my reflection will be based on history, because I was 12 years old when we became independent. The pulpits were used to gain the ear and the audience of the people, and I thought it was masterfully used by our forefathers. And that was where the core of the engine was read.
And what role is the church playing post-independence, and especially in this modern democratic society? What role is the church playing?
So our role is still the same. We're still proclaiming truth. We're still holding people to the reality that all success is God's success, not man's success. We're still trying to get people to see that the political system is only a channel. It is not the source. But that becomes extremely difficult in a society where materialism, where the possession of things has become the measurement of success.
Is the Bahamas living up to its mandate as a Christian nation? We know that in the preamble of the Constitution there is Christian reference. However, we're a democratic society. So some persons may argue that perhaps we're a secular state meaning we don't have, there is no particular state religion. What are your thoughts about that?
In the context of the definition of a Christian nation, yes, we are there. Christian nation simply means that we are a nation that honors the God of heaven, the God of the Bible. The Judeo-Christian teachings is what we hold to in the country. But if you were to ask me, are we a Christian nation, I would say yes, in the definition of us not being Muslim or not being atheist or being something else. But by and large, the fabric of our nation is not Christian. Some of the issues that we're still struggling with as Bahamians after 49 years, if we were honoring some of the biblical teachings, we would not be still struggling with some of those issues in our nation.
What role does the church currently play in mitigating all of these social ills and challenges that we're facing today?
We sit and we teach and we model biblical truths. We model honesty, we model integrity, we model family loyalty, we model commitment to marriage, we model upstanding business practices. That's our role. What percentage of those who hear that message, following it is a different story.
But despite this unfortunate straying away from fundamental religious teachings, Pastor Beckles shares the significance of 49 years of independence.
It means that I'm in a country where we have some ability of sovereignty. I say some because true sovereignty really doesn't exist, but I won't get into that. But I'm proud to be a Bahamian. I'm proud to know that I'm in a country where we are independent, and we are still one of the jewels of the world.
For the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
That's going to take us to our first break. Stay with us. There's more news when we come back.
Come on down to Dolly Madison and get your hurricane supplies before it's too late. Don't let supply chain issues cause you to miss out on hurricane supplies you need. Come on down. Now.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience island bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
Nowadays, tiles trend like fashion, and Grand Bahama Tiles leads the way with trendy and classic styles from North and South America, Europe, and Asia. Imagine your home with natural stone, elegant marble, sleek porcelain, earthy granite, or slate. Grand Bahama Tiles has it all. They even export to the Family Islands. Maybe it's time to update your style, get the look, and transform your space with the latest tiles trending at Grand Bahama Tiles.
Come on down to Superb Water Depot and Snacks. We sell and we deliver ice, drinks, purified water, alkaline water, and a variety of snacks. Your one-stop shop for all your snacks and water needs. Contact 242-820-2482. We are located number 2 La France Plaza, Peachtree Street. Purified water, 50 cents a gallon. Alkaline water, 80 cents a gallon. Come on now, you can't beat that. We offer superb quality, superb taste, and superb service. Monday to Saturday, 8 to 8, and Sundays, 8 to 2. Superb Water Depot and Snacks. Come on down.
Breaking news. You want seafood straight from the sea to the plate. Garnet fresh conch and seafood. Snappers, groupers, conch straight out of the shell. You want crayfish, lobster, crab meat, crab legs, salmon, mussels. You want bait, ballyhoo, etc. Then Chumbucket is your best bet. Located Fish Market, Goombay Park, and at the Agora Plaza.
So put me together.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Police and Urban Renewal coming together to host an initiative focusing on disabled persons in society. The goal is to empower members of that community. Our summer student Shalia Roll has the story.
Some 60 individuals with special needs are walking away with encouragement from the Royal Bahamas Police Force and Urban Renewal to use their condition as a tool for unity and empowerment. Delivering the keynote address to those in attendance, Assistant Commissioner of Police Theophilus Cunningham expressing the importance of educating individuals on positive ways to assist persons with disabilities.
We must change the mindset that disability is a flaw or imperfection and see it for what it is, a human condition. Once we adopt this advanced way of thinking, disabled persons will be treated with respect and equality. Educating individuals on positive ways to assist persons with disabilities is a powerful tool in fostering social change and creating a more hospitable environment.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Cunningham reminding the public that persons with disabilities are humans too.
Through our community policing strategies and initiatives, this is just our way of sensitizing the public that persons with disability, they should be treated fairly, equal, and we need to create more user-friendly environment to assist them where necessary. So we will continue to carry this message throughout the length and breadth of the Northern Bahamas.
Deputy Director of Urban Renewal, Senator Kirkland Russell, shedding light on persons with disabilities and their position in the world.
10% of the world are persons living with disability. Less than 1%, that's millions of people. Less than 1% of those persons have a job or work. And in most cases, not because they do not want to work, but because most of the time they're just pushed aside, not given the opportunity, not properly trained.
Senator Russell also reminds the public that disabled persons must be treated fairly and given the same respect as able bodies. For the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition, I'm intern Shalia Rule.
A great job, Shalia. The latest in sports is up next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. Well, it was a great weekend for Team Bahamas at the World Track and Field Championships. Let's take a look. Shawnee Miller-Weber won her first senior world outdoor title in the women's 400 meters on the weekend in a time of 49.11 seconds. She is now the first athlete to win World Youth, Juniors, World Indoor and Outdoor Championships.
I was able to go out there and tick all the boxes for the 400 from World Youth straight up until the seniors, and yeah, I'm very proud of myself. It was a pretty good race. I think everyone brought the A game, and we put on a show for the crowd, and hopefully we can be proud once again. We solely wanted to focus on the 400. The schedule once again never fits for a 2-4 double, but you know, we went out there and I had fun with the rounds. Don't really like the rounds being so separated, and this is the first time we actually got to try something like that, but it's not my cup of tea. I prefer to go back to back to back, trying to stay in that competition spirit. But yeah, overall I can't be angry. It was a great performance, and like I said, I'm glad that I made the team proud once again.
The Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture was also on hand to witness Shawnee make history.
What she have done, not only representation of herself and her family, but also the Bahamas. On behalf of the government of Bahamas and my Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, I'm just happy to be here to witness this and celebrate with her this achievement that we should not take lightly.
Not to be left out, Devin Shelton placed 7th in the women's 100-meter hurdle finals with a time of 12.52 seconds. Also, Ken Mullins, who made Bahamian history as the first Bahamian entered in the men's decathlon, finished 17th overall.
All in all, I think that Team Bahamas is doing what it's expected to do. And in concert with the ministry staff and the leadership of the minister, I believe that the track and field community and our program will continue to be a sustainable one. And beyond the years of Shawnee Millen, Stephen Gardner, Devins, and everyone else, we believe that track and field will grow from strength to strength.
Switching gears now, Hoops Action Championship games are now set in the West Grand Bahama Community Summer League. In under 13 play, Team Ginger will take on Holt Suppliers. In the under 15 action, Kamala Boys will face Sorbers. Over in the under 18 play, Express Food Mart will go up against Starter Specialists, and the open men's division will be Econo Electric going up against Pierre Developers. And that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
The summer is back, the summer is hot.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man. Not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Pizza Hut Freeport is bringing you savings this summer. Order a large one-topping pizza with a 2-liter Coke, along with our newest dessert, the pineapple tart, for just $22.50, VAT inclusive. A delicious pizza, 2-liter Coke, and a pineapple tart to satisfy your sweet tooth. Available for carry-out, delivery, and curbside to go at our fabulous Pizza Hut restaurant downtown Freeport, 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport, for the love of pizza.
The Pro Cathedral of Christ the King, celebrating 60 years of proclaiming Christ as King and sharing him with others. On December 7, 1991, Bishop Michael H. Eldon communicated to the vestry his decision to appoint the Reverend Canon Foster B. Bastina as Dean of Christ Church Cathedral. This was to fill the vacancy left by the sudden death of Dean William Granger. Canon Bastina had served the parish for 20 years as rector, and under his leadership, the parish grew. At 6:30 a.m. on February 5, 1992, Canon Bastina held his final service as rector of Christ the King. A few days later, a large contingent of parishioners traveled to Nassau to witness the installation of Canon Bastina. My name is Anthony Seymour, and this has been a historical moment brought to you by the Pro Cathedral of Christ the King.
Try to learn, trying to get better. Don't look at us here, buddy being here. Try to learn from the coaches, learn from us.
Grand Bahama, get ready for the 7th annual Buddy Heal Camp and Clinic. Just jump July 27 to July 29, 2022 at Jack Hayward High Gymnasium, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Guest speakers, prizes, and scholarships. There will be giveaways on Saturday, July 30th at the Rock Plaza 8 Mile Rock Shopping Center, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't miss it.
If you're thinking of investing in Grand Bahama or any other island, contact Bahama Island Properties for all of your real estate services. Visit their office in the Port Lacaya Marketplace, their website bahamaislandproperties.com, or call them at 374-7653. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Denise Cooper, you are our Facebook friend of the day, and we want to say thank you so much for your support. We also want to send a very special happy birthday going out to Janera Williams over there in the nation's capital, and to our very own Tradicio Davis, or should I say Mr. GB. Happy birthday, bro. Hope you enjoyed it. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Have a wonderful evening. Be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, search and recovery efforts continue. CARICOM vows to work with Haiti. A Pinewood shooting turns deadly. And strong performance from Team Bahamas at World Championships. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Super Fast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lopindo. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. After hours out on rough seas, a team of Defense Force and U.S. Coast Guard officers wrap up another day of intense search and recovery efforts following Sunday's ill-fated boat voyage. As Desmond Saunders tells us, with the help of drones, that search has now shifted north to include the island of Andros.
The search continues for those Haitian migrants believed to be missing at sea following that senseless boating tragedy that claimed the lives of 17 Haitian migrants. Now, I'm near Blackbeard's Key, just a mile off New Providence, and search and rescue teams have been working around the clock.
Today's effort consisted of surface search, submersible search by our drones, our submersible drones, also aerial searches by our own Royal Bahamas Defense Force Air Wing Department and the U.S. Coast Guard. As you can see, a mile north of Blackbeard's Key is ocean, but we have a SAR program, computer-generated model of all the environmental factors, and once we run those numbers, the computer will tell us where to search and which area we're more likely to find persons or objects in.
It's a mammoth task, but with the help of its strong maritime resources and drones, Defense Force officers are hoping to uncover any clues to retrieve those boating victims. Commander William Stirrup is a search and rescue coordinator for the Royal Bahamas Defense Force.
We have an array of assets. We have surface assets. We have dedicated a high-endurance vessel to the search, 3 of our fast response boat. As you can see, we have the drone team, and they're equipped with submersible drones as well as aerial drones. And of course, we have the Air Wing Department, and we have the Coast Guard who assist us in search and rescue. We look at the probability of survival, and when those chances are slim, we take many factors into consideration, whether the individuals had on a flotation device, how long can a person swim, whether they can swim, and how long can they last without food and water. And when we run the numbers, and those numbers are low, we go into search and recovery. So that's the stage we are in.
Choppy seas has made this process a bit difficult for Defense Force officers. Their search and field operations extending all the way to the Barry Islands. There have been no additional recoveries, and their search continues. Here at the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Mobile Patrol Base, Desmond Saunders for the Bahamas Tonight.
Well, thanks, Desmond. Police today confirming that a third Bahamian male has been arrested in connection with Sunday's tragedy. The suspect taken in at a home in central New Providence after 9 last evening, and according to police, without incident. Despite such inroads, authorities are still very much relying on the public to provide any information they may have on the incident that sent shockwaves throughout the local and international community. Here at home, the Prime Minister says Haiti's crisis remains a concern for the Bahamas and, by extension, the region. This as officials press on with efforts to bring resolution to this long, thorny issue.
Sunday's tragedy at sea, a sordid reminder that Haitians continue to risk life and limb to escape gang violence, poverty, and political strife at home. A grim reality CARICOM has long struggled to resolve. While in the latest development, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis says CARICOM has appointed himself, the Prime Ministers of Jamaica and Barbados, to a committee to resolve Haiti's deep-rooted turmoil.
We just had a resolution. The UN resolution was finally passed about 2 weeks ago, about a week and a half ago, so that we could continue the presence of the UN peacekeepers on the ground. The question is whether there'll be any intervention. You know, the position of CARICOM has always been that the solution has to be a Haitian solution rather than an imposed solution.
Haiti's escalating crisis believed to be fueling the continuing migration issue here at home. The nation's chief says the international community has asked him to commit the Bahamas to accepting more irregular migrants. But Davis says this appeal is not possible at this time due to the country's peculiar circumstances.
That requires a different approach. That approach is what we call our local enforcement, where we find them in the Bahamas, already here, and then what we do after we find them is to repatriate them. At the moment, repatriation could be difficult, and that's one of the reasons why we have beefed up our surveillance to prevent them from coming in.
While sharing similar sentiments, CARICOM officials who, in a release, expressed extreme sadness over the incident, which it agrees brings to the fore the desperate situation in Haiti and the reprehensible nature of the actions of those who are taking advantage of people trying to escape. The release also speaks to CARICOM's commitment to continue working with Haiti and the international community to bring peace, security, and development to their sister nation, adding that it looks forward to the apprehension and bringing justice of those who prey on the hopes and aspirations of vulnerable people. CARICOM concluded by expressing condolences to the relatives of those who lost their lives and to the government and people of Haiti. Meantime, a leader in the local Haitian community is issuing an appeal to his compatriots as he discusses why so many choose to put their lives at risk. Cleopatra Murphy has the story.
It's a message too late to hear for at least 17 Haitian nationals, their lives cut tragically short after the 30-foot vessel they were on capsized in waters 7 miles off New Providence early Sunday morning. One by one, the deceased, sheathed in body bags, were wheeled away, never to reach their intended Miami, Florida destination. Nevertheless, President of the League of Haitian Pastors, Reverend Jean-Paul Charles, is hoping his warning not to risk your life on the high seas will strike a chord with his countrymen and women before they too risk a dangerous voyage and meet the same fate.
Not to go try to any kind of way pay somebody, just to try to go to the United States, and so many young people, lost their lives like that. I would tell them, please, again, stay where God have put them.
He offered this advice, acknowledging that many Haitian nationals flee their home country in pursuit of a better life. Unfortunately, Reverend Charles says the tragedy keeps repeating itself, recalling a similar incident under slightly different circumstances when 31 Haitian men and women perished when their vessel that had left Haiti capsized in waters off Fowl and Man-O-War Keys back in February 2019. The Haitian clergyman believes his countrymen are driven by desperation due to decades of political unrest in Haiti, only compounded since the assassination of former President Jovenel Moïse 1 year ago.
Right now it looks ugly. Some people who used to demonstrate and saying that the last president, Mr. That they have assassinated, it was the problem. And now they see they were 100% in error. 1 year after, it's getting worse and every day. I think until they all Haitians get together to put the country first, it's going to be like that, every day.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, during his emergency press conference on the tragedy Sunday, shared that CARICOM has appointed he and other regional leaders to explore how they can resolve Haiti's challenges. But it is his belief that the solution must come from Haiti instead of being imposed.
If it doesn't come from Haiti, it will not get lost. The one is in power. Most of the people, they just want to come in and then get whatever for themselves, inner circle, get whatever they can from Haiti, but not for the population. And then, as you know, we have been paying a hard price for being the first black independence, as you know that.
As local officials continue the task of recovering and identifying the deceased, Haitian leaders are now looking to assist.
All we have to do right now is pray for the one who is still alive, and also comfort them and see any type of help we can offer them. We in the League of Pastors, not only us, but the Haitian community at large, or whatever we can do to help them, and also those who are dead.
As government and the Haitian Embassy carries out their role, the League of Haitian Pastors is also trying to identify the families of those who would have perished. Up to 15 migrants are still believed to be missing. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Our team coverage continues tonight with the legal ramifications of Sunday's ill-fated voyage, as we hear in this report from our Carla Palmer.
Just hours following that alleged human trafficking incident at sea, in which some 17 persons lost their lives, the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, is speaking out, noting the government's no-tolerance policy for lawbreakers.
I would have every expectation that if it is found that 2 persons recovered are the captains of these vessels, that they will be charged with the appropriate human smuggling offenses. And to my mind, we also have to consider a homicide charge for them. Because it's one thing to smuggle people, and you can smuggle people safely or unsafely. And so, for instance, I can take a 40-foot boat and smuggle 2 people to the U.S., and that's illegal, that's human smuggling. Or you could have an event like this, an overcrowded boat, no flotation devices. That is actually dangerous. And so the first example of the human trafficker is bad, but it's not as bad as somebody who traffics people and traffics them in an unsafe manner.
Minister Monroe is adamant that the law will take its course once all the facts are in and the charges well considered.
I think that we have to demonstrate that we are labeling events according to their severity and according to persons' culpability.
Still, he says until allegations are substantiated and all the facts ascertained, he will refrain from speculation. What is known at this time, however, is that 17 persons are confirmed dead and 25 persons survived after the vessel they were on reportedly capsized in Bahamian waters after it left a docking facility off West Bay Street. It's estimated that a total of 60 persons were on board the vessel when it capsized. Deputy Commander of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, Shondell Pinder, says the search is continuing in earnest.
We do expect to have a combined effort, as I expressed yesterday. Defense Force assets, surface assets will be out, ensuring that searches occur at the shoreline areas and in the area where the vessel capsized. In addition to that, we will be utilizing our drones, both submersibles as well as aerial drones, to see what, if any, remains on or persons can be recovered.
Authorities say they are receiving assistance from the U.S. Coast Guard in this endeavor. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Well, another disturbing fact of this tragedy, the photos circulating on social media. We understand some of them even gruesome and as such shouldn't have been made public. These types of investigations come under an order from the Royal Bahamas Police and Defense Forces.
In every circumstance, the persons present aren't always only law enforcement. And so the starting point would be to discover if it is circulated by law enforcement or by a civilian who was present. We can't control civilians. We can control law enforcement officers. We can subject them to discipline. We cannot subject civilians to discipline.
Still to come, a closer look at the region's exclusive economic zones and another homicide under investigation. We'll be back after the break.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
We are a leading Bahamian bank, one of the largest publicly traded companies on BISX. Our measure of strength is our growth and performance, with over $1.7 billion in assets. We remain committed to serving the interests of our shareholders, staff, clients, and communities. The confidence to lead, the performance to remain. We are Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
Now is the time to start living the life you've always dreamed of. Purchase that new car. Consolidate debt. Make your house a home. Or switch your mortgage to lower your monthly payments. And BOB will be with you every step of the way to help you live your very best life. With the lowest consumer loan rates in the country, we are BOB, your bank of solutions.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies Limited. If it's healthcare, it's here.
A strange twist of fate for three men who set out to kill another early this afternoon. Police press liaison officer, Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skippings, telling reporters that it was shortly after 1 p.m. that an orange Nissan March with 3 occupants pulled up to a home just south of Ficus Street off Pigeon Plum Road, Pinewood Gardens.
We understand that 2 of the males exited the vehicle with the intention of harming a male resident of the home that is just south of Ficus Street. It is reported that the 2 males who exited the vehicle with handguns discharged shots at the intended target, who was able to evade them. And during the time that they were firing shots at the intended target, they accidentally shot one of the males who came with them to this residence.
The victim believed to be in his early 20s. Now, as for the intended target, well, he's assisting police with their investigations. The would-be getaway car has also been recovered. The Pinewood community racking up its fair share of violent crime, but as Skippings points out, the country as a whole.
We want to appeal to residents. You know exactly who your family members have conflicts with. And as I said, I stand here with Chief Superintendent Johnson. I'm going to ask you, as a mother, as a grandmother, reach out to Chief Superintendent Johnson and the team at the Criminal Investigation Department so that we can resolve these issues. If we fail to sit down and have a conversation with these individuals, we will continue as a country to see this carnage on our streets.
In other news, debate opening in the upper chamber on proposed amendments to the Rehabilitation of Offenders Act. If passed, as in the House of Assembly recently, the records of those who violated the COVID-19 emergency orders are to be expunged. Now, moving the bill, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder, explained that due to the need for transparency and scrutiny of the expunging of records exercise, an affirmative parliamentary scrutiny procedure is included.
The design of the bill and the order are so to ensure that necessary checks and balances throughout the process as the expungement of records is a significant action for any government to undertake. The bill creates the framework, Madam President. The offenses are prescribed by order, and the order having to have the affirmative approval of both houses of Parliament. This is a significant check and balance, because we vote on it, Madam President. The order cannot be issued by the minister alone. It must be reviewed, analyzed, scrutinized, and affirmatively approved by both houses of Parliament.
As for concerns, the legislation will give the relevant minister unfettered discretion when it comes to the expunging of records. Senator Pinder assured Cabinet will have the final say.
The Cabinet of the Bahamas will review and make that determination, and then the minister carries out that determination of Cabinet. That's the Westminster system in which we govern. Cabinet will decide the offenses to be expunged, and Parliament will approve those offenses. There is no unilateral authority in anyone to expunge these records. Furthermore, the offender...
Well, while on the topic of emergency orders, 16 New Providence residents and 2 Grand Bahamians make up the country's new COVID infections, with the location of another pending for a total of 19. This is 46 people are being treated for the virus in hospital, one of them on the intensive care unit. As of July 24th, there were 415 active cases and 34 recoveries. Well, 10 countries throughout the region participate in a UK-backed training course here in the capital. Staged at the Defense Force Coral Harbor Base, the one-week course focuses on bringing greater awareness as well as educating and appreciating the region's exclusive economic zones. The workshop, both theoretical and practical, takes place aboard the HMBS Coral Harbor. Officially mounting the exercise, British High Commissioner, Her Excellency Sarah Dixon, stressed the importance of border officers being knowledgeable and prepared as key to mitigating maritime threats.
Suggest that as the world has become more globalized and countries have reached further in order to exploit maritime resources or to develop trade, and as criminal organisations have increased their trafficking, we've become more aware of the need to manage and indeed, and I think this is where you all come in, protect our maritime environment. This translates into managing and protecting our exclusive economic zones, which come under threat. And I believe the terrible tragedy this weekend with the immigrants who lost their lives on these fair shores shows how important the work that you all do is, and what hard work it is as well, how human it is, and how important it is for the good of your countries.
And while each country faces its own challenge within its economic zone, National Security Minister, the Honourable Wayne Munro, believes knowledge, friendship, and cooperation lead to benefits.
If we do not know what is happening in our waters, in our country, we cannot effectively address it. If we do not know what the standards are, we cannot effectively enforce them. Friendship means that we do not encroach on each other's property, and I'm pleased to say that we do not have any issues with any of our CARICOM partners. It is only through collaboration by these agencies that we have maximum benefit.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
To think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem. Just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
If you like a hearty, meaty burger, the A1 Steakhouse King at Burger King Nassau has it all. With flame-grilled beef, lots of bacon, cheese, and crispy onions on a sesame seed bun, the only thing that can top this is the tangy flavor of A1 steak sauce. The Steakhouse King is a meat lover's dream, and with an ice-cold Pepsi and hot fries, it's all you need to fill your day. Get your A1 Steakhouse King as a combo or part of the new King's Feast, only at Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
Keisha, what you saying, girl?
Man, Tony, you scared me.
Oh, they scared.
How this pandemic treating you? You working yet?
After all this time with no vaccine, no job, I had to do something.
Oh, so that's why you finally get your vaccine.
Man, I had to do what I had to do. Now I telling everyone get your vaccine. So you been good?
Yeah, man. I get my vaccine. I working, doing my little nail thing on the side. You know.
Solid. So when we getting out though?
Sweet boy, you couldn't handle us then, and you can't handle us now.
Wow. That's how you can do me, Keisha?
All right, Mr. Big Boss Tony. Stay safe.
You too, Keisha.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by WHO, Canada, and USAID.
I was actually born into farming. My grandfather, who is 80 years old, he's a first-generation farmer. 3 generations later, I decided to go into farming. So we do have 2 operating farms at this time, the one in Nassau and the one in Andros. This season, Access Accelerator assisted us in funding our strawberry project here on Andros. With us being able to access the Fish and Farmers Grant, it has actually given us the capital that we needed to start this farming season for our strawberry crop. We do believe that people eating organic food is very important. We want to offer safe food and organic food. Some persons are still shocked that we've been existing for 8 years. Outside of having to come to our website to make purchases, if we can get more of our products to our clients, we'd be happy to do that. And local distribution would help us with that. I can tell you the industry is not attractive for young people. However, if you are passionate about something, you will definitely be able to excel in that area. And at this point, for me, it's fun to be a farmer in the Bahamas.
Shopping online isn't new to the market, but gaining access to affordable healthcare products at the click of a button is the greatest customer experience. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies Limited gives access to a complete customer journey, from shopping in our retail store on 9th Terrace, Centerville, to shopping online at your convenience from work or from the comfort of your home. Offering delivery and pickup options. Remember, if it's healthcare, it's here. Shop online today.
Snack and win with Act 2 popcorn and Crunch and Munch. Buy a 3-pack of Act 2 popcorn and a 10-ounce Crunch and Munch. Then take your receipt to Pritchard's Robinson Road. You could win cash prizes or summer fun experiences. Enter today.
The theme, Scholars Today, Leaders Tomorrow, 105 young men and women of the first cohort of graduates of the Doctors Hospital Institute of Learning recently received a number of medical certifications during a commencement ceremony at Evangelistic Temple. Guest speaker Elma Garraway commended the graduates for staying the course.
Graduates, in this place and at this time, we honor you. Over the many months, you have successfully juggled your work responsibilities, the demands of the courses, the elimination of many aspects of your social life, and even those of trying to juggle your studies with the obligations of your family. From personal experience as an adult learner, I know it has not been easy. But I know that you have been intellectually stretched, professionally challenged, and of course, personally re-energized. You've made it.
This graduate said the time and sacrifice was worth it.
It was definitely a long journey. I started this program back in November. I really thought this was going to be so long and I wouldn't be able to make it, especially working and doing schooling. Working already at Doctors Hospital in patient registration, really doing the administrative aspect. I see a future in the clinical aspect to be able to benefit my patients when they come in.
For Ed Talk, I'm Adama Williams.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Please. Wado, you want any?
Yeah, man. Boy, what that is?
Oh, that's rambutan. It hairy ain't.
Miss, what you doing? Move that from me.
You scared of fruit, Wado?
No, boy. Needles. That thing look like a bunch of them.
So I guess you could be taking the vaccine then.
And leave hole in my arm? You ain't serious.
Watto, stop. That's why you ain't taking the vaccine? You won't feel nothing?
I ain't scared. I just don't like needles.
Watto, it takes seconds. Then you got better protection against a deadly virus. Ooh, cassava. So what if I go with you to get the vaccine?
Go with you? I ain't sure.
Don't worry. I ain't gonna tell Lisa I had to hold your hand.
I ain't on your run. Pay the people.
What? Watto. Well, if I pay for this, we going to the clinic now.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by the WHO, Canada, and U.S. Aid.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makishla. We are currently under cloudy conditions with a temperature of 88 degrees, a relative humidity 83%, east-southeast winds at 10 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,018.0 millibars. That is 30.07 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the Family Violence this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 84 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Greentoe Key, and Marshall, Babaco, the Berry Islands, 85 degrees, 86 in Allenstown, Bimini. Harbor Island, 84 degrees, Roxani, Lutra, 86, Black Point, Exuma at 89 degrees, 89 also in Kemp's Bay, South Andros. Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 86 degrees. Allenstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey, 85, 86 in Georgetown, Exuma, 84 is in Ragged Island, Clownstown, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Meguana, 82, Acklands, 82, Matchetown, Inagua, 85, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 87 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the northwestern parts of our country tonight, right through Tuesday, you can anticipate east to southeast winds, speeds around 12 to 18 knots with wave heights quite moderate at 3 to 6 feet over the ocean, so caution flags are in place for boaters in the northwestern islands through tomorrow. Low tide will take place at 1:19 in the morning with a high tide at 7 tomorrow morning as well. For the central and southeastern islands into Tuesday, east to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. Those rough conditions constitute a caution flag as well. So throughout the 700 islands, we have caution flags in place. And then as we take you into Monday, in the northwestern parts of our country, the winds swing more out of the southeast, maintaining at 12 to 18 knots wind speeds. Wave heights unchanged at 3 to 6 feet with caution flags remaining. High tide 7:43 in the morning, low tide at 1:43 in the afternoon for the central and southeastern islands. On Wednesday, northeast winds at 15 to 20 knots, rough seas once again at 4 to 7 feet, so we will hold those caution flags right into Wednesday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Need it feeling out. Get a sailorman sound. Rolly gray your boat. Need it feeling out. Get a sailorman sound. You wanna go to heaven, put the radar on your head, boy. That's a sailorman sound. If you wanna go to heaven, put the radar on your head, boy.
That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
A household name carries a lot of approval. And when you're shopping for household, you need a household name. For 50 years, Bahamas Welding and Fire has been a household name in outdoor grills and kitchen appliances. Need to beautify that yard space for your grill? BWF has it covered. For the industrial worker, you can find a complete line of tools and safety equipment. For the welder of any level or budget, you can find the right machinery to power everything. There's no shortage on power with a wide array of generators, and safety is everyone's responsibility. Find everything needed to protect everyone on the worksite. Over 40,000 square feet of shopping space in a convenient location. Bahamas Welding and Fire. We're more than just our name. Located number 13 Wilton Street.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your home, so let's tidy up those finances. Sunshine Finance can help you sweep up your bills, declutter your budget, toss out your debt with a realistic consolidation plan, and plan ahead for that home or car you've always dreamed of. Contact us at apply@sunshinefinanceltd.com, and we'll have you walking on sunshine in no time. Sunshine Finance, we're your leader in private lending.
Great July celebrations start with the savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Hellman's Mayonnaise, 30 ounce, $5.89. Best Value Whole Kernel Corn, 15 ounce, $1.09. Danish spare ribs, $2.59 per pound. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.99 per pound. Fresh pork shoulders, $1.79 per pound. Find your favorites at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Buy Chef Boyardee and Libby's Vienna sausages, and you could be one of 7 lucky winners to receive cash prizes up to $1,000. Take your receipts to Pritchard's on Robinson Road and enter today.
The pandemic has been not so kind to so many people in our community. And when we think about how we fared coming off the pandemic, we're trying to find meaningful ways to continue to give back.
So with the Together platform, it allows people to be able to give back, to make small donation, whether it's $20 or whatever you can give, to be able to give and to help those people who are in need.
Time to save with a new perspective, where the focus is on values and principles, and people are just as important as profits, where we believe in democracy and equality, and your vote counts, where profits are shared with our members, who are also our owners, to ensure that by working together, we all win, where education of our members and training our staff are one of our highest priorities, where we serve our members' needs through continued cooperative initiatives because of our concern for the communities in which we live. Join more than 40,000 Bahamians who have made the smarter choice. Join the movement. Join a credit union. People helping people to help themselves.
census determines the total number of people living in a country. Our census is currently being conducted throughout the islands of the Bahamas. I plan to participate. You should too.
We want everybody on every island, regardless of your age or nationality, to be counted.
And if they ain't been to your door yet, they're gonna be there soon. I know we gonna get counted in this census, so don't let them miss you.
The data collected in the census is used by the government to make all kinds of important decisions for the future of our country. I'll be participating. You should too.
When the census workers were in my area, I had the option whether to do it face-to-face or on my cell phone. I participated. So should you.
The Bahamas National Statistical Institute needs nationwide participation. The census will be conducted until the end of August. Remember, when it's your turn, the count depends on you.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant here to educate you on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Here's what you don't do. Do not pull up from the pump without first checking that the nozzle has been removed from your car. Because if you pop this, that's about $600,000 to $30,000 to replace. These things ain't cheap. What you want to do is make sure that the nozzle has been removed, or just wait for the universal sign, which is the double tap.
This is ZNS Total Sports. Welcome to your sports on this Monday, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles. The World Athletics Outdoor Championships would wrap up yesterday in Eugene, Oregon. A look at some of the highlights for Team Bahamas this weekend. Shawnee Miller-Weibo would become just the second athlete worldwide to win the World Youth, World Junior, and World Outdoor titles. This as she would add the outdoor title to her already impressive resume. Miller-Weibo would take the women's 400-meter final in a world-leading time of 49.11 seconds, leaving no doubt as to who is the absolute best female quarter-miler in the world. Also with a stellar weekend was hurdler Devin Charlton. Charlton had a sensational performance in her semifinal heat of the women's 100-meter hurdles, finishing 0.14 of a second ahead of her previous best national record. She ran a stunning 12.46 seconds for second in her semifinal heat, advancing to the final. Charlton would come back in the final and finish seventh in a time of 12.53 seconds. In the men's decathlon, Ken Mullings became the first Bahamian to compete at a global meet in the multi-event. He took it a step further, finishing 17th out of 23 athletes in the men's decathlon with a national record of 7,866 points. He even won a couple events on the track, taking his heats in both the men's 100 meters and 110-meter hurdles in times of 10.83 and 14.02, respectively. Switching gears, well, several of the country's top bodybuilders are set to represent the 242 at the CAC Bodybuilding Championships in Barbados, July 27th through August 1st. However, there's one major obstacle that stands in the team's way: funding. The team is expected to leave Thursday. Bahamas Bodybuilding Federation President Joel Stubbs says the federation needs some $36,000 for travel and accommodations, is making this plea for assistance.
The funding that is needed to purchase tickets, lodging, right now it's not there. We are pretty much still reaching out to some of the corporate Bahamas, more or less, to have them try so they can get involved to see if possible some assistance can be rendered. However, that is not happening right now. We got a lot of promises for next year, which is great. And so turning our heads and hearts and now turning to the government to see how best the government can step up to assist us, hopefully to get the national team down to Barbados, compete in the CAC championships, and return hopefully with the same progress we had the year before, last year as well. And, you know, we've always been to a position where we take a national team and bring back hardware, bring back gold, silver, and bronze in the various respective categories these athletes compete in.
As for the complete contingent that is expected to travel,
now we are taking a 17-member team, athletes that is, in a 5-member executive team, which consists of 2 judges and also myself, the president, because this is a year that we now go back to Congress for elections of offices to the Central American office. So I have to be in place to cast votes on behalf of the Bahamas. And so altogether it's a 22-member team.
Now, ZNS News team spoke with officials from the Ministry of Sports who indicated they are working on acquiring the necessary funds needed to assist the team. We'll continue to update you on this story as it progresses. Well, this weekend, a truly memorable occasion, not only for local softball fans, but for the family of one of the country's most respected clergymen. The softball field at the Sutton Recreational Grounds officially renamed the Archdeacon William Thompson Softball Park, the home of the New Providence Old Timers Softball Association. Organizers said they found it fitting to rename the park after a man whose impact on the Bahamas was so wide-reaching. Among those in attendance to relaunch the new refurbished fields was the nation's chief, Prime Minister, Honorable Philip Davis.
I first met him in September 1963. As a little boy, just about 3 years shy from coming out of Cat Island and attending St. John's College on the Hill. And if this moment for me is quite a pleasurable and probably nostalgic and moving moment for me, to be able to rename and to reopen these grounds in the name of Archdeacon Thompson, because he contributed mightily to who I am today as a man, as a person.
Your Mom says Billie Jean King Cup team off to a good start over in the Dominican Republic. The team consists of Graham-Hamian player coach Simone Pratt, Sydney Clark, Elena Mackey, and Sierra Rogers. In singles action, Elena Mackey will take down El Salvador's Danielle Aguilar in 2 sets, 6-2 and 6-love. Sydney Clark would defeat Michelle Iriogin 6-3 and 6-1. We're going to update you on the team as they continue to compete in the tournament. And in today's viral picture of the day, Bahamian basketball star DeAndre Ayton back home the 2-4-2 via this post from his Instagram page. He played some pickup recently with some local hoopers as well as members of the Bahamas men's national team. Hopefully an indication of Ayton's commitment to play in the next window of the FIBA qualifiers, which is slated for next month. Ayton recently signing a 4-year, $133 million maximum contract extension to return to the Phoenix Suns. And that's been a look at your sports. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
My name is Travan Thompson. I'm a blog editor, and I am fully vaccinated. When I hear COVID-19, the first thing that comes to my mind is respiratory illness. And as someone who has asthma, who has a child that has asthma, that is really concerning to me. My breathing has always been iffy in the best of times, so I was really concerned that this was something that was gonna put me in the hospital. The exact moment when I changed my views about getting the COVID-19 vaccine didn't happen until after I'd gotten COVID. I thought I was being really careful, I thought I was sanitizing, I was distancing, but I still got the virus. And so out of an abundance of concern for myself and for my family, I decided that that was probably the best route for me to go down. All of the close friends that I have are now vaccinated because we felt safe going that route and felt like now especially was the best time for that to happen. The time is now.
I was actually born into farming. My grandfather, who is 80 years old, he's a first-generation farmer. 3 generations later, I decided to go into farming. So we do have 2 operating farms at this time, the one in Nassau and the one in Andros. This season, Access Accelerator assisted us in funding our strawberry project here on Andros. With us being able to access the Fish and Farmers Grant, it has actually given us the capital that we needed to start this farming season for our strawberry crop. We do believe that people eating organic food is very important. We want to offer safe food and organic food. Some persons are still shocked that we've been existing for 8 years. Outside of having to come to our website to make purchases, if we can get more of our products to our clients, we'd be happy to do that, and local distribution would help us with that. I can tell you the industry is not attractive for young people. However, if you are passionate about something, you will definitely be able to excel in that area. And at this point, for me, it's fun to be a farmer in the Bahamas.
AID has everything you need and more to complement your home's decor. Luxurious bamboo bath towels, face towels from $1.25 and bath towels from $5.45. Shower curtains from $2.54 and organizers in stylish finishes. Bath mat sets from $7.27 in a multitude of styles and colors. Bed sheet sets from $9.95 and 7-piece comforter sets from $49.95. Doormats from $1.93 with matching runners and hundreds of area carpets. Sofa covers from $19.95, plain and crushed sheer curtains from $5.25, and thousands of panels to choose from. Blinds from $7.02 and curtain rods from $2.89. Ceramic and porcelain dishes, tablecloths, napkins, placemats, utensils, and more. A wide selection of drinking glasses, including elegant stemware, candle holders, vases, and crystal. Full-size mirrors, decorative pictures, and picture frames. AID, Wolf Road, and the Mall at Marathon open late and on Sundays to serve your decorating needs. AID, all you really need and more.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
Awesomely, this is a beautiful experience. I can't lie. This is my first time doing this sort of charity work, and I mean, it feels good to help out, you know? There's a can drive coming up and other initiatives are part of the Giving a Helping Hand campaign, and I encourage anyone that's willing to lend their support in any way, shape, or form to come through and give of your time.
We, the Bahamian people, were stagnant, subject to British rule, until one glad day, July 10th, 1973, we were free. Forward, upward, onward, and together, the embodiment of the Bahamas. Black for the backbone, the strength of our people. We never falter nor fail. Gold, the bright beaming sun that shines on our Bahama land, lighting the way. Aquamarine, the bold crystal blue waters envelop this great country and give accent to our rich marine life. With its rich history, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas celebrates 49 years of freedom and liberty. On behalf of the Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority, we would like to wish everyone an ecstatic and genuine Independence Day.
Our free pick, pack, delivery service gives everyone in the Family Islands a chance to shop a variety of club products and prices right from home. Simply call or WhatsApp your order to 242-677-7266 or email order@amlfoods.com. A friendly customer service representative is waiting to pick, pack, and deliver your order to the mailboat of your choice. The options are truly endless, and with membership you save even more. So order today and let Cost Right pick, pack, and deliver right to you.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married?
Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, on, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Ordinary People is back with a new season. Join us on the ZNS Network.
Anybody drugs the most? Not New York's bestsellers, the hood's bestseller.
I like that. Coming soon.
People are only going to say yes or no. And if they say no, keep on trying until you get a yes.
Ordinary People.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, the tropics remain quiet again this evening with just a couple of tropical waves. And again, that Sahara dust and strong upper-level winds continue to keep a lid on development. But do not relax your laurels, because statistically, within the next 2.5 weeks, we can anticipate some increase in activities in the Atlantic. A satellite picture showing some moisture being advected across the northwest and central parts of our country. And that's courtesy of that mid-level trough that we told you would have developed, and it has developed. That will gradually move towards the west over the next couple of days, so you can anticipate an increase in rainfall beginning late tonight through tomorrow, and by tomorrow afternoon late, things should start to clear up just a bit. Tonight, we're going in for partly cloudy with thunderstorms in parts of the area late, that is. Low temperature around 79 degrees. And tomorrow, look for periods of clouds and sunshine with winds gradually subsiding, but thunderstorms in parts of the area, particularly in the afternoon hours. 88 degrees is your expected high temperature tomorrow, and the extended weather forecast over the next 7 days. We expect those showers, as we told you already, into Tuesday afternoon, but by late afternoon, things should start to clear up just a bit, and by midweek, Wednesday, you can look for a partly sunny condition, and that should hold right through the weekend with just some little isolated showers and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. Makishla.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching, and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Food. It is as essential as air.